Hello, friends, and welcome. Today, I have for you an iconic fountain pen from Italy from the brand Aurora. It comes in this box. It isn't the original box of this model of fountain pen, but I thought it was cool to show you this box. And the name of the model is Aurora 888P. It is a beautiful, beautiful fountain pen. And I will start my review with a short history lesson because this is a truly iconic Italian fountain pen. We will start with the name Aurora. This is an Italian name whose meaning is the sunrise. It recalls the light breaking the night and the beginning of a new start. And a beginning of a new start for the company was the model Aurora 88. It was very, very similar to the Parker 51. It was sleek, slender, curved. It had a hooded nib and made the body of the pen continuous flowing. It had a plastic body and a metal cap. So this was the Parker 51. The Aurora version emerged at the end of the Second World War. They had a bad time during the war. In 1943, their factory was bombed by the Americans, and they had to rebuild the whole factory and promote on the market a completely new fountain pen. At the market and at that period in 1946, the fountain pens were mostly lever filler and they had a pre-war style. And practically the 88 was launched, and it represents the future and the hope of new life and the rebuilding after the war. Well, the Aurora 88 and its different versions sold more than 5 million pieces and were produced till the 1970s. So we can say that the Aurora 88 is the most successful Italian fountain pen. Now, I will start with the versions of the Aurora 88. So this is the Aurora 88P. It is the third interpretation of the version. It has some modification from the first version, but design like it's the same fountain pen. The first Aurora 88 was launched, as I said, at the end of 1946, and it continued in production till 1953. Then it came the Aurora 88K, which was the second version of the Aurora 88. That was in 1953. An important development was the Aurora Duocart, a student pen, in 1954. It has a revolutionary filling system, practically in the same year as the famous Waterman CF cartridge filler. Aurora introduces the cartridge system in the fountain pen world alongside Waterman. This long body could receive two plastic cartridges linked by a metal tube. And on this version, I only have one cartridge, but the metal tube still remains. I want to show it to you. This is one cartridge, and the next cartridge was inserted here. and was linked by the first cartridge with this metal part. And after that, we have the Aurora 88P, which practically was the third generation of the 88. And this particular model is the cartridge version of the 88P, and it's called 888P. This was launched in 1959 and was sold throughout the 60s and into the 70s. As always, I will start my review by showing you the cap. Like the Parker 51, it has a metallic cap, but this metallic cap is beautiful, beautiful. It is gold plated. You can see that it has this pattern like stripes on it, but the end is clear. We have like a gold band, a gold plated band, and on it we have imprinted Aurora, and that's it. No made in Italy, just Aurora. The clip is a beautiful, beautiful, well shaped clip. It has this band in the center, which reminds us of the clip of the Watermans, but this isn't a hollow band. It's just painted in black, and it gives the clip an elegant look. Behind the clip, we can see the breathing hole, which has a functional role of equalizing the pressure in the barrel. At the end, we can see we have this beautiful, beautiful plated jewel. It is a black jewel, and let us see at the end of the barrel, we don't have the same design as the top of the cap, but instead we have a thick band that encircles this jewel, and the jewel is gold plated. Interesting, interesting ending of the barrel. The cap is friction fit. You can see that at the end of the gripping section we have this band, and is slightly raised, so when we push the cap we have a friction and it holds quite securely. We continue with the gripping section, which has this imprint, and it says Aurora and the model 888P. It is quite a small grip. It is made out of plastic, and it reveals this semi-hooded nib. It resembles the Parker 51, but you can see the breathing hole. And on the back, we can see this ebonite feed. Interesting flat ebonite. We continue with the barrel, which is made out of plastic. We unscrew the section of the barrel, and we can see the cartridge. This was a proprietary cartridge. You can't find it anymore on the market. I've read that the platinum cartridges are compatible with this, so no Parker, no Waterman, but only platinum. And you can see that it has a large hole to accommodate this cartridge. Fortunately, when I bought this, it had this cartridge. It has this metal gold band, but it misses one cartridge. No problem, because I have this, and on the writing sample we will fill it with a syringe, and we'll do a writing sample with this beautiful, beautiful fountain pen. As an interesting trait to this fountain pen, when it was launched, at the end of the barrel, it had like an alarm system, and I will show you pictures of it. And it's told you when you needed to um, change the cartridge when it was empty. It was an interesting system. It was targeted for the student market. When you take notes, you need to be prepared. So that alarm warned you that it's time to change the cartridge and you won't miss any of the notes taking. I will show you pictures of that system because unfortunately this model, as I bought it, hadn't that system present. And to my knowledge, all the 88Ps had that system. So I will show you pictures of it because it's very, very interesting. Till the writing sample, we will do a slight comparison with other models from that period, from other producers. This is the famous Italian pen, Aurora 888P. And we've talked about the cartridge system. It was a revolutionary system introduced in 1954, and often the Waterman is credited for this innovation. Of course, the Waterman had previously glass cartridges, so it wasn't quite an innovation. But for the first time in 1954 was the year that the public responded to this revolutionary filling system, which became a popular filling system, and it is popular even in our days. So let's return. Aurora 888P, Waterman CF. This is a design from the 60s and 50s, but this particular model is from the 1970s. Another 60s design from Mont Blanc. This is the Mont Blanc number 22. We have also a Parker fountain pen. This is a newer fountain pen, a Parker 75. And another design from the 60s and 70s, the Pelikan M30 from Germany. So you can see those fountain pens side by side. They are quite similar in dimensions. I will leave the dimensions of the Aurora 888P on the screen, and then I will do the writing sample. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the writing sample. I will use the cartridge, the original cartridge of the Aurora 888P, and I will fill it with the Parker Quick Ink. I will do a little shaking and be careful. I will use a syringe and a needle. Please be careful when you operate with the needles so you won't get hurt. You simply insert in the syringe, and you can see I've drawn a little ink, not too much. I won't take the cartridge from the metal, but gently push. So gently push, and you will see the level rising, and that's it. We don't want to spill it. The excess we will put back in the bottle. Okay, now I will insert the cartridge and make sure it's quite well fitted. Okay, now I'll put here the next. We'll put the cap on the bottle, and I will make a little test because when you have a cartridge filler, it needs time for the ink to reach the feed and the nib. I will see if it writes. So No, it, it seems that it wants to write, but the ink hasn't reached. Look. So now it writes. Okay, we, we screw the barrel, and I don't like to cap my fountain pens because in time it will have marks the barrel. So I simply leave it like this. This is the famous Aurora 888P. It is a cartridge filler. But attention, the cartridges are proprietary to Aurora and they don't make them anymore. So be careful. When you buy this fountain pen, you need at least one cartridge empty so you can refill it. I've read that you can use also platinum cartridges and ink converters, so you may try that variant. So this Aurora 888P was launched in 1959. I believe that my model is from around the 1960s. It has a beautiful 14 karat 585 hooded nib, and I believe that this is a medium nib. It hasn't much line variation, but we will try. It has some little bit of variation, but I won't call it a flex nib. It certainly isn't quite a steel nib. It writes quite good. It isn't such a wet. I think it's quite nice. It writes short, and let's apply some pressure to it. This is the beautiful Aurora 888P. I hope you've enjoyed my small review. I will leave you with this beautiful gold-plated cap and with this gold nib. As always, thank you for your time, for watching my small review, and have a nice day.